welcome back to another video. So today it is our monthly rating wrap-up. I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that I read in the month of June. And if you guys remember, Ian actually picked what I would be reading for this month.
I did.
And so I have the whole entire stack right here, and we're going to go through it. And I'm going to give him my ratings and reviews of the books that he picked out for me.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, Ian also has a channel, so make sure to go check him out over there. He has a booktube channel.
So I'm excited to see what you thought.
To me, I did good. I read 3 books from the TBR that you picked for me.
That is actually that's better than it's been.
Yeah, no, seriously. These are all the books that Ian picked for me for the month of June. I'm going to go through it and then you tell me if you think that I read it or not.
Okay.
Although you probably already know.
I can guess. Judging by the bookmark, I think you're in the process.
Yes, I actually just started it for July, you guys. I have officially started it, so hopefully we'll have a wrap up for July.
Yeah, I held you as you wept with this one.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Would have recalled you saying something about this one, so I don't think you read it.
Yeah, I didn't read it because I got a lot of comments of people saying that I should read Part of Your World first. They're like companion novels.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing there's some cameos.
Yeah, so took their advice and I'm gonna read that one first and then I'm gonna read yours truly.
All right,
Although I really do want to read it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
The Hotel Nantucket.
Again, probably one of those I would have remembered you talking about.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Yeah, no, you read that one. You
Yeah.
laughed your butt off on
Yeah,
that couch.
you already know.
Every summer after.
Yeah.
No, you read that one because I remember you mentioning.
Vlog.
I remember you. Yeah, the vlog, and I remember you mentioning that. Author.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you just finished that one.
Okay, I just finished this one and I am like so conflicted because I started it like the last day of June, but I finished it like the first couple of days of July. So I think I have to review this in July.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Technicality.
yeah, so I think I'm gonna wait till July to review this because technically it's like my first read of July. Let's hop into the books that I did read.
Yes, please.
The first book that I want to start with that I read, this is not in like chronological order by any means. I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants.
Seat of the pants.
I read Fourth Wing. This is famous in the book community. If you guys,
As of right now.
yeah, seriously. My timelines have been flooding.
They've been flooded. They've been fluted. They've been fletching. Flanking.
What piqued my interest is I heard someone say this book is comparable to ACOTAR. How can anything be remotely close to ACOTAR? And I love it so
There's several
much.
things. I like ACOTAR as much as the next. I'm not saying it's bad. You know how much I love it. It's on my top 10. Go watch that video. I mean, just from what I've read, there's several things that can compare to it. But how does this compare?
Moving on. This book is actually planned out to be a whole series, which I'm excited about. It's about this girl named Violet who is a part of the writer's quadrant, and there are like different quadrants within this college. She's going to a war college, but the stakes are really high. She has a lot of challenges and like obstacles that she has to face to make it to graduation. And there are also dragons, so they're like dragon companions that you have in this book. They're scarier than they were like sweet and adorable and cute.
As they should be.
Yeah, they're more dangerous, which I really liked. She has been preparing to go into the scribe quadrant her whole entire life, but her mom is, I believe, the general of the writer's quadrant, and she is revered, like very well known. Her mom is making her go into the writer's quadrant, which is crazy. Like, you prepare for this your whole life, so the fact that her mom is making her go is like a suicide mission. I think I gave this a 5-star review immediately after I read it. Reading it through, it didn't feel like a 5-star to me. And then the ending just ramped things up. I don't know if the problem was that I read this over the span of a few days, and so it made the ending feel very long.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's really impressive that you put that down in words because I've never been able to describe that.
Really?
Yeah. But I get you.
Loved it. It was very, very fast paced. But the romance part was a slow burn. I really liked the world. I loved the politics. The ending had such a good plot twist that I have a feeling I'm going to fall in love with this series once it's completed. And I think the first book is going to be my least favorite. out of 10. The more and more I think about it, I don't know if I would give it 5 stars because I did love it. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this one probably like 4 stars, maybe 4.5 because I loved it.
You know what a 5-star feels like.
Yeah.
5-star book. Like a 5-star ending is one thing, but a 5-star book is another.
Yeah. The next one I want to talk about is one that I cannot stop thinking about. You know how you read a book and it puts you in a book slump?
Yes.
This did the opposite for me. I read this book and it put me in a reading mood. That would be the Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I loved this book so much. I am so happy you picked this for me.
Thanks.
So what do you think my rating was for it?
I want to say 5, but I'm thinking more like 4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a romance, this is like a 4.5 for me. It's close to a 5. Like it was so good. I loved it so much. The banter is unmatched. And actually, Ian's going to be reading it this month. Stay tuned for his video.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to read this. This follows Olive and Ethan. This is an enemies to lovers. I'm like, enemies to lovers and romance is really just
more like
nemesis to lovers.
More like you kind of annoy me.
Yeah. It's not like bloodlines.
I don't see any sort of hatred between romance characters.
No. This was so funny, you guys. I love seeing Christina and Lauren writing in this kind of a writing style because I have only read Love in Other Words by them. And I liked that book. I loved it. But the writing style was like, it made me feel very melancholy.
You thought everything was gonna be a little moody?
Yeah, I love their writing in this book. It is so good. Basically, this is about Olive and Ethan. Olive's sister and Ethan's brother, they're getting married to each other. The only thing is everyone at the wedding gets food poisoning except for Olive and Ethan. And so now there's a honeymoon up for grabs, and who better to take the honeymoon than Olive and Ethan. They actually hate each other. Like they have a history of hating each other. And so it's so funny that they have to go on this honeymoon. But not only that, they have to pretend that they're married.
Oh man.
I just thought like, okay, so they're just gonna have to pretend that they're married and then go on this. No, there are so many inconveniences that come up. That is what made me love it. I think it might be a 5-star for me.
It may be a 5-star.
Like a 5-star romance. It was so good. The next one I'm going to read that you picked out for me is Every Summer After. What do you think I gave this book?
I want to say 3.75. Not quite a 4, definitely not a 5.
Yeah, I actually feel like that's exactly it.
Awesome.
Because the more and more I think about it, I loved this book. Reading it, I loved it so much. Like it felt actually really high to me.
Really?
And then the more that I sat on it and thought about it, I was like, I've literally read this exact story, but in Love in Other Words and The Summer I Turned Pretty. So I was like, it's like a mashup of the two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Kind of a mashup of 2 of my other favorite books.
It's like a medley.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a veggie medley.
That's a little disappointing.
But I did like her writing. I really liked her writing.
Enough writing to go to another book.
Maybe. Here's my thing with it though.
What?
So you asked me if I think I'll move on to another one of her books. I don't know, because there's a trope that she uses in this book.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say because it will
give stuff
it'll
away.
Spoil.
Okay.
But I know it's in Meet Me at the Lake as well. And it is my least favorite trope.
Oh.
And
yeah, I could see where you wouldn't be into that.
No, but yeah. Do you see my issue
That's
there?
a really dumb plot device.
Dude, and then it makes you like really dislike the main character. But
wait,
I loved her.
You're supposed to like them after that? You're supposed to like her?
Yeah, like they move on. It's years later, but I loved the book up until that point. Dude, I know.
Wait, this happens like near the end?
It happened like 10 years ago. And then they see each other again, and then they finally like talk about it and stuff. So it's second chance romance.
That ship would have set 10 years and neither one of them is dating anyone?
It's complicated. But anyway, I just felt like it was so out of character for the main character. And I loved her. See, you know what's crazy though? You know how I said this reminded me of Love in Other Words?
Yeah.
I liked this main character more than I liked Macy in Love in Other Words.
You eventually liked Macy once you understood her.
Once I understood her.
But it took a whole book to get there.
Exactly. I felt like I was so disconnected from her, which understandable.
No, see, that was me with Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
Really?
Those two main characters I despised for most of the book because I just didn't understand them. And even once I got to understand them, it was like, why did it take so long for this to actually
be said?
Yeah, they just don't communicate.
Oh,
and that's what I just didn't like about that book.
See, that's the kind of miscommunication I hate.
Oh my, literally, these people are working for 20 years together. Why did you never talk?
Like, I feel like third act conflict is different.
Yes.
Than just being a person that does not communicate.
Just talk about stop the miscommunication for no reason.
Yeah, like third act conflict, sometimes I understand it.
It's a poor plot device.
Yeah.
That's why I read fantasy and science fiction, because the stakes are high and nobody miscommunicates, and if they do, it has serious consequences, and instead of just, oh, we're not gonna end up together.
Yeah.
That's not serious. Never mind. That is pretty serious. I don't know, it just seems juvenile.
No, seriously.
When everybody does it. Okay, so that's what happens in this book?
Yeah, so that is what made, see, I was like truly vibing with this book until that trope came into play. I was like, see, that automatically makes it not 5 stars for me.
This is 3.7.
Yeah.
Viewer discretion.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like, just because I didn't love some parts of it, I would still recommend it.
Yeah, I got several books like that too. I would still recommend Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow because
really?
I understand why it's such a popular book. Were you suppressing a yawn right there?
Next one is actually, it was on the TBR.
Technically you read
half. The next one that I read was Golden Sun. This is another one that Ian picked for me.
Chef's kiss.
Can you guess what my rating was for this?
6 out of 5.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm actually gonna review these two together. So I also read Morning Star. This is not on the TBR, but I loved Golden Sun so much I had to hop into the third one.
You'll all have that experience.
Golden Sun is the second and third book of the Red Rising saga.
Where to even begin, right?
Yeah, no, where to even begin? So I can't get into what these are about because it's just gonna 100% spoil it.
Yep.
But Red Rising, you guys already know, I have talked about that freaking book so many times. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. What can I say? I'm preaching to the choir at this point. You guys have heard it a trillion times. But this is a sci-fi series. The stakes are getting higher and higher.
Every single chapter.
Yeah. And so instead of book 1, where the main character, Darrow, he is on Mars and like trying to infiltrate the highest in society because he's the lowest in society. Literally, he realizes his whole life has been a lie.
A big honking lie.
Moldy lie.
A big spoiled lie.
Ew, it was a big congealed lie. Basically, if the Capitol in the Hunger Games, which the Capitol is like the bad people, if their children went into the Hunger Games.
Yeah, so it's the rich eating the rich in this institute place.
Exactly, for funsies.
Yeah,
they just send their kids out there to die.
Literally just to do it.
Dude, it's just messed up. It starts like blood feuds, basically.
It's pretty much Roman.
It is heavily influenced by.
It's very Romanesque. I feel like they did that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
probably.
they would do crap
like that.
They would.
They would.
They would do crap like that.
They would.
Yeah,
Let's research it.
This is sick.
It is sick.
But it's in space.
All right, you guys, those are all of the books that I read in June. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, if you want to see what I am reading in July, don't forget to go watch that video. My dog, Mishak, he actually picks what I read for July. If you don't even want to watch it, you should just go see it for our really cute dog.
He's the best boy.
He's seriously the sweetest. He's probably sleeping somewhere right now.
Passed out down the hall.
So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
See you later.